Oh, I hit that live button and I am, I was still fixing up some things, but nevertheless, Green Eye Sparkle is here. Come on in, friends, come on in. Boy, I tell you what, we got a lot to talk about. That I was watching, just like I know a lot of you guys was watching. I was watching the NBA game last night, the NBA Finals game number 4. Boy, I tell you what, that game did not disappoint y'all. And y'all know your girl Green Eye Sparkle. I am, I'm all about my football, but it never hurts to tap on over there and check out the basketball. Cause I mean, like I said, I think this year I'm gonna try to work on putting more basketball into my lineup. Cause I do a lot of the football, but I got to try to figure out how to stream it in. But this the best time though. This the best time when it's the finals. Cause y'all, is it just me or were you guys like, what do they call that? What's that word I'm trying to say? Flabbergasted. Were you guys flabbergasted about that win last night? Child, I was falling, I was dozing off a little bit because the San Antonio Spurs, they were in the lead. So I just knew that San Antonio had it. I said, wow, I never thought that, San Antonio was gonna come in and then pull this off like this because it was real high, real high. Child, y'all, I want to tell y'all something. Those New York Knicks shook it, the San Antonio Spurs. Okay. And I got to get into it with y'all. We're gonna get into some good conversation. So shout out to the New York Knicks, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit more. Shout out to Mom Knows Best. Hey, Mom Knows Best. She is also known as BJ the Researcher. So y'all check out Mom Knows Best. She's got her YouTube channel. She's got some more videos coming. She working on it, y'all. She working on it. But I also want to just kick off and say, friends, I want to thank y'all because, by the way, this is my 71st. This is the 71st episode of Green Eye Sparkle, baby, the show. I am so excited. I am truly excited. Thank y'all for rocking and rolling with Green Eye Sparkle. And by the way, if you guys haven't connected with your girl, Green Eye Sparkle, y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. But we got to talk about this. This New York, the child New York was off the chain last night. It was on and popping in New York. Anybody else watch the game? Y'all get in the chat. Y'all got to get in the chat, y'all. Because normally y'all know your girl be, I usually talk about my football, but do y'all see? I had to put on my orange today. I had to represent today, friends. I put on my orange today because what a heck of a game. When I say that, wow. Like I said, when I started watching early on in the game, I just knew that San Antonio had the game. That tall young man, he was doing this thing. He's so tall, Wimby. Oh my gosh, Victor, and they call him Wimby for short because he got a long name. I thought he was going to do his thing, and he was doing his thing, but people underestimate. This is what I always say. I always say this, whether it's football or basketball. Hey, friends. I see you. We had is it Toop Fawn in the building? Welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? We got a guest in the building. Hey, we got a guest. I'm gonna make sure I show love as y'all slide in. Y'all come on in and comment hi, hello. I will give y'all a shout out. I thank y'all for tuning in to my show. And yes, as I see y'all come in showing love, I just want to share love with you guys as well. Now everybody want to leave out. Well, I know y'all gonna come back in because we got things to talk about. Shout out to the researcher, which is my mom. Mom knows best. She's doing her thing on her channel. Y'all connect with BJ the researcher. As I always like to do when I kick off my show, I have an inspiration quote. Y'all know I be all on Master P page because he's been doing a lot of inspirational quotes lately, and I like them, and they are so moving. So Master P said, "The power of words is real." He says, what you speak is what grows. Ooh, that was a download. So, what you want to make sure we do, friends, the power of words is real. So, what you speak about yourself, what you speak about the circumstance that you in is what grows. So, be careful about what you're manifesting or what you're spewing out. You don't want to spew out things that will just devastate your mindset and growth. But I got to give a shout out to Master P. He always got some nice words and inspiration on his page, y'all. But listen, friends, y'all, that game last night. Hey, friends, I see Eagle. I see you, friend. Hi, how you doing? Peyton in the building. Hey, Peyton. Thank y'all for tuning in. How y'all doing? I appreciate y'all showing love and sliding in here. And don't forget to hit that like button. As I grow, I will continue to motivate, inspire, and y'all, it's always a ride. And yes, I'm talking about basketball tonight. Can y'all believe it? I know it's like, wow. Normally I do football, but baby, who wouldn't be in here talking about this game from last night? You got to talk about this game. That game was a powerhouse game, y'all. Did y'all see the game? Hey, friends, I see y'all. Wendy says, I like base. You love baseball. Okay, friend. And Peyton said, get it, girl. Yes, honey. Listen, y'all. I was watching that game last night, and I'm not even gonna lie. I was watching and I saw that the Spurs were up. I started, you know how your eyes get heavy. You still trying to keep your eyes up. You try to fight sleep, and I was dozing off like this, and I kept trying to stay awake. But when I saw the huge gap in the points last night, I said this, y'all. I said, well, San Antonio got this. I said I could just nod off for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You said OMG, yes. Okay. I know I'm not the only one. I was watching that game, but my eyes were getting heavy. I said, well, San Antonio looked like they're going to take this W. I said, right in New York, man. So as I was watching, you know how you still listening, but then all of a sudden your eyes still get heavier and heavier, and you kind of doze off. Next thing you know, all I heard was, oh my gosh, that 1 point took them over the edge, and that's all they needed. New York Knicks win. They were so excited and so loud. I jumped up. I jumped up out my sleep. I said, "What?" I said, New York Knicks. I said, I thought they were about to announce San Antonio. Child, y'all, I'm going to put my shades on that one, child, because see, I don't sat there and fell asleep, friends. I fell asleep, and it turns out that the San Antonio Spurs did not get that W, honey. They caught the L, and New York Knicks got the W. Hello, friends. And I had to come on over here today to wear my orange because anybody who fights that hard to make a comeback with that kind of stretch, that gap was gapping, that kind of gap, and they come back and win. You can't help but just show some love for that kind of team and tenacity. So I had to show some love tonight. Wendy, you say yes. True. Okay. So I had to put on my orange, y'all, because that was one heck of a game. The final score, it was New York Knicks 107, San Antonio Spurs 106. Now, I think I don't know a lot about that the real tall gentleman on the San Antonio Spurs. He's an interesting young man. Victor, and they call him Wimby. I think they call him Wimby a lot. That young man, he's quite interesting. He had a lot of choice words at the end of that loss that they had. He felt like people were being greedy, but he ain't called out no names. But he said the reason why they lost, people were getting greedy. What did he mean by that? Is he trying to say that his team, they all were trying to have the spotlight for themselves instead of playing as a team? What do you all think Wimby meant by that? He said a few things, but what kept in my memory, what stayed with me was how he talked about the greediness. He said they lost that game because he blames the greediness of it all. Is it that he feels like his teammates were not sharing the ball? They were trying to hold the ball. They're trying to have a spotlight for themselves. They're trying to be how they I like to call it showboating. Was the team showboating and nobody was playing as a team? And there's no I in team. I don't know. I felt like he was throwing and dropping some subliminal messages, y'all. What y'all thinking, friends? I really think that yeah, I really truly think that he was trying to drop some hints that he doesn't feel like his teammates were playing together. I mean, he can't really talk. Why he over there knocking people in the throat with his elbow? He got a big old foul on him. So while he talking about his team, he over there hitting people. He had that elbow. I was watching. Y'all know I was lurking. They elevated it though. First, it was a small, they tried to say it was like a little small foul. Then it got elevated to a higher level because when you that playback, and I'm like, why did the referees have to watch a playback to see y'all sitting there with where were y'all antennas? Why y'all got to keep watching replays and y'all right there on the court? Y'all antennas were not up when that Wimby throat hit that man in the throat. It was above the chest. I think he was throwing some haterade, and that hurts. I wouldn't want nobody hitting me in my throat. I mean, what about y'all? Did y'all see it? Yep, you say he was talking trash. Yeah, he was talking trash. He should. Hey, I got one of my moderators in the building. Hey, Addie, let's go. You are right. You are so right, friend. You are so right, Wendy. He was talking a lot of trash, and I don't understand why he wanted to take it out on that court. The court is for showing who's the best. Y'all can trash talk all you want in the conferences off the court, but when y'all on the court, the game need to be played. Why you doing all of that? Why y'all hitting people in the throat? Y'all they hitting people in the throat and whatnot. I didn't like that. You got to use your vocal cords to talk at the end of the game. You got to use your vocal cords so you can share about how you appreciate the teamwork that makes the dream work. But that Wimby was throwing shade. I don't know. I don't know. I saw something. I said I don't know if it was AI or real. Did y'all see as they were walking in the little tunnel thing, the little hallway to get to the locker room? They showed something where they showed Wimby knocking out one of the players. I said, now I know that can't be real. I said, is that real or is that AI? Sometimes I can't discern what's AI or real, but it looked like he hit one of his teammates, y'all. It looked like he hit one of his teammates, knocked them out down to the ground while all the friends just stood around. I don't know. Like I said, y'all, they were coming off the court. They were walking in the hallway. If it was AI, can somebody put it in the chat? Green eyes, that was AI. That was not real. All I know, my eyes saw that and I said, whoa, something needs to be addressed because that would not be good sportsmanlike. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Don't show out on your teammates and stop calling at your team. He said it was the greediness. Well, he was greedy. You greedy because you up there hitting the other team. I'm just saying. I don't know. At first I thought that, I thought Wimby was pretty cool, but he showed a lot of aggression. I know it's a game and they supposed to show a lot of rah-rah, but it was the unsportsmanlike conduct that gave me pause. But nevertheless, y'all, he said that's what he blames. He was in the press conference and said he blames greediness. Do y'all agree? Why y'all think the Spurs lost? I don't understand. How can y'all follow me with this? How do you have that big of a lead? And when it comes down to the nth second, y'all lose? I mean, he can blame it on greediness all he wants, but how the heck do you let another team come back at the rears like that and come up and through there like a phoenix out of fire and throw that? And look, what got it was because he played that young man OG. He played now. He played his little tutti frutti off. But you know what I like? I like the fact that it was that tip in that solidified that win. Because OG, he made sure that ball got in there. And that right there, that just wrapped it up. The final score 107 to 106. Child, did y'all see the stars up and through there last night, honey? I was watching with my nose itself before I dozed off and fell asleep because I thought that I know I can't be the only one. I thought, I mean, just because of how the game was going, I thought that the San Antonio Spurs were going to take that W. I thought that the young man Wimby, I honestly thought he was going to get suspended from the game. He had like three major fouls on him. he had a lot going on. I said, I know they passionate and they want to win. Okay, I like to see grit. I like to see that tenacity. But he was on his way to get suspended. I said they're gonna put him out. I said, but they're gonna still win. But they go. I said they're gonna march him on through that hallway. He could go pack up. He ain't had to go home, but he was gonna have to get the heck up out of that Madison Square Gardens, y'all. But no, he didn't get put out. But I don't know what he was doing out there on that field, but it was child, y'all. When I tell you the stars were outside last night, and like I said, I had to put on my orange today. I'm proudly wearing my orange. Shout out, go Knicks! Y'all were like a phoenix out the fire. And I'm just gonna share like Jalen, Jalen Brunson. He was another star on the team. OG, he showed up and showed out. That was that final tip. Got them in on that one. Spike Lee, y'all know Spike Lee was smiling from ear to ear. Y'all know you said Victor, yeah, Victor Wim. I like how you broke that thing down with those syllables, honey. You say his name is Victor Wibion Woma. Child, I don't even know if I said it right, but that's who I'm talking about. You got it. Friend, you got that, honey. Exactly. That's who I'm talking about. I don't know what was up with him. He seemed like he was going through a lot of emotions. That Victor seemed like he was going through a lot of emotions and strife. I mean, I felt like they should have won the game. In my humble opinion, I thought San Antonio had that, but the foolishness out there on that court is what caused them to lose that game. Now, Victor blamed greediness. No, you and the rest of the team got to have accountability. Y'all lost that game because y'all did not play cohesively as one team, one sound. What New York Knicks did was they pulled that thing off because no matter how far they trailed behind San Antonio, they continued to play with tenacity. OG showed out, and Jalen Brunson, he did his thing. You know what I'm thinking, friends? Y'all get in the chat and y'all tell me what y'all feel. Yeah, you said he was talking a lot of trash and was. What y'all tell me up what y'all opinion is? Who's going to be the MVP? So let's say, and I predict that the New York Knicks is going to take this whole thing, y'all. This is what I predicted. I feel like New York is in a better position to take this whole game. They are 3-1 right now. They just need one more W and they got the game. Now, who are they going to make the MVP player for the New York Knicks? Y'all get in the chat. I mean, because they got a lot of key players. So what y'all thinking? I mean, that's going to be hard. Do y'all think it's going to be Brunson as the MVP? Y'all think it's going to be OG? Because let me tell y'all something. OG did his thing. If it was not for OG getting that tip ball in, they wouldn't have won that game, y'all. So I really feel like he was the most valuable player in this game, y'all, in game 4. What y'all think? Who y'all think gonna be the MVP? It's a tough call. It's gonna be a tough call for this MVP, y'all, on the New York Knicks side. Child, did y'all see the stars? Child, was that last night that I saw Taylor Swift up jumping up and down dancing, or was that the night before? Was she? Cause she been at the games too. She had on her little outfits and stuff over there at the court side. She was on either. I watched Monday night and last night too. So I might have Monday and Wednesday. But I saw Taylor Swift one night, y'all. Was that Taylor Swift out there, y'all? Y'all put it in the chat. Y'all know y'all be following Taylor Swift friends. Spike Lee showed up and showed out. As a matter of fact, Spike Lee was outside. He was giving out jerseys on the Fanatics. He was with the Fanatics little pop-up shop thing, and he was signed. He had gave a autograph jersey away too. Yeah, Spike Lee always in the building. He's a big fan of the New York Knicks. Also, I was like, wow, Tracy Morgan graced his presence. Tracy Morgan was there. Ben Stiller was in the building. Um, who else was in the building? Nas, the singer Nas. Hadn't seen Nas, and the last time I saw Nas was last year at the BET Awards. I believe that's where he was. He was at the BET last year, y'all. I mean, I didn't know what happened to Nas, but he was in the building. Also, I think that you know that the dun 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 dun. The lady, I can't remember her name. The actress, show on Law and Order. Child, she was sitting there. She hugged. Listen, friends, she was hugging on the Brunson real tight. But you know the mics are always miking. Child, somebody eased their microphone up in there, and what she said to Brunson, was she was like, "Oh wow, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations." I mean, but she held. I was watching. Okay, y'all, listen. I was watching. She was holding Jalen Brunson real tight. If y'all want to see it, y'all go in and like I said, it's the actress from Law and Order. I felt like she was almost showing public display of affection. What she doing hugging on Jalen Brunson like that? It seemed like that was more than how. I mean, I wouldn't have went in with no big hug like that. I think I would have extended my hand and said, and I would have extended my hand and said, "Congratulations." Let them make the move. If they wanted to give a hug and say thank you, that lady had Jalen Brunson all like I said. I had to touch my nose. I said, "Oh, look, I didn't put my shades on. I wanted to put my readers on so I can make sure I saw that correctly." She was hugging him real tight. If y'all know that actress name, y'all put it in the chat. She from Law and Order. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Don't don't don't. Y'all know what I'm talking about, friends. I got to laugh on that one. I had to act that out because she was on the court when they won. She all like that with all them. I'm like, maybe they know each other off court. I don't know, y'all. Okay, I'll just say it in my humble opinion. It seemed like there was a lot of PDA, public display of affection. I don't know, unless she was just really excited. Maybe she's just like Spike Lee. Maybe it's just that she is a really huge fan and she just wanted to show that. But I don't recall seeing her hugging on everybody else like that. She was hugging real tight. But I'm going to leave that alone. Friends, I'm gonna leave that alone and I'm gonna touch my nose on that. I'm gonna touch my nose and leave that one alone, y'all. But it was a good game. They were actually down. I've been talking, so I was so excited. I never told y'all the gap. They were down 29 points. Do y'all understand the triumphant moment for them to close a 29-point gap and the little time that they had left? That is why people are celebrating. But let me tell you something. It's one thing to celebrate, it's another to destroy. New York, that's a special group over there. The New Yorkers are a special group of friends. They tearing up stuff. It's one thing to be excited, but y'all so excited, y'all tearing down y'all own city. You're supposed to put on for your city. I put on for my city. Put on. You supposed to put on for your city. Y'all in the pizza parlor, tearing down the pizza parlor. What y'all doing that for? Y'all just won a game. Y'all jumping on cars, taxis, destroying them. I was confused. I was like, it was almost as if they lost, but they won. But the way they was showing out was like they lost the game or something. I don't understand New Yorkers. Why y'all were tearing up stuff? You should have been celebrating. It's one thing to celebrate and just dance in the street, but y'all weren't even dancing in the street. Y'all rocking the cars. People acting like they in the circus. They like they walking a tightrope. They all up in the sky. I said, now listen, I ain't never seen nothing like that in my entire life. I said New York is a different kind of place. New Yorkers are a different kind of people. Y'all celebrate, but y'all tear up stuff. Why y'all gonna tear up your let the New York Knicks win the entire series. Let them eat that W. Let them get to the W for the whole entire final. Let the championship reveal. But y'all showed out so bad. I don't know. Somebody Somebody had a meme, y'all. Somebody had a meme out on IG. They said y'all need to call in how they did Tennessee. What they called in this Memphis. They called in the cavalry. What they call that? When they called in all the army folks, they said they should have called in the National Guard. Yes, Frizz. They said somebody posted a meme said where's the National Guard? They said they should have called the National Guard in on New York. Them New Yorkers tore down the place. I mean, I never seen anything like that. Why not dance? Why not celebrate in a jovial way? Why y'all rocking cars? Why y'all in what got me was what the pizza parlor had to do with the win. It ain't like they lost, they won. So why y'all in the pizza parlor? This one guy, he had a whole pizza on the paddle, y'all, walking around with the pizza. I said, now, when y'all act like that, that's what causes them to put different systems in place. Now, New York might lock it down if they win. Well, you know what? Oh, yeah, because the game going back to San Antonio now. They already played 2 games in New York. So now it's going back to San Antonio. My thing is, I think New York might put different systems in place because y'all don't know how to behave, New Yorkers. I'm just saying, in my humble opinion, why y'all showing out like that? Y'all all up on. I happen to look up in the sky. It's somebody all the way up at the top. I don't know if they were on the top of the light or they trying to use the live wire to walk on it. I don't know. I saw some bizarre stuff last night after that victory game. I mean, celebrate, but not. Let's not do too much, y'all. And those of you coming in, thank y'all for tuning in to Green Eye Sparkle Baby, the show. This is episode 71 for me. I have been going 71 weeks live in living color, and I am so grateful and humble because it's you that make me who I am today. This is the 71st episode. We're going to keep grinding. Guys, if you all are enjoying yourselves, y'all don't forget to hit that like button. I am really growing my channel, and please subscribe. If you guys subscribe tonight and you're a first time subscriber, can y'all put in the chat first timer so I can celebrate you guys? It really means a lot to me. I am growing my platform, and guess what? It's just me. There's no one behind the camera. There's nobody to the left. There's nobody to the right. I am operating my own platform. I had a dream a year ago about what I wanted to do on live. And I love football. I love sports. I love trendy news. I love inspiration. And I took a chance on me. A lot of people are afraid. They walk in fear. But Green Eye Sparkle has a different understanding. I believe in myself. And I'm going to keep showing up. And when you guys show up, it means the world to me. By the way, I like to call my friends that come in, I call y'all sparklers because I'm Green Eye Sparkle. So I like to say shout out to my sparklers if y'all don't mind. I appreciate y'all. But nevertheless, friends, woo child, we talked up a nation. Let me finish the challenge. Yeah, because I'm looking at the time like, wow, time flies when we having fun. But I'm gonna keep talking if that's all right with y'all. And like I said, don't forget to hit that like button. Thank y'all. I think we're at 5, but I think we can get higher than 5 likes. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. That's how YouTube knows that you guys are enjoying my live show. Did y'all know this was the biggest NBA Finals comeback ever? Did y'all know this was the biggest NBA comeback in the finals game ever? This was history making. But y'all ain't now New Yorkers, y'all ain't have to make history by showing up and showing out outside in that street. How y'all gonna get home if y'all tore up them taxes? How did y'all get home? See, if you guys tore up the taxis, the Ubers, or whatever else, how did y'all get home last night? You know what? My antennas just went up on something. If you guys destroyed the vehicles, the taxis, the Ubers, or whatever they got in New York, did y'all have to end up walking home after that massive win? I say if I feel in my humble opinion, because when I make predictions, my predictions do come to fruition. New York Knicks will win the overall championship. I know, I feel it in my spirit. I'm going to call my prediction right now. But all I say is, New Yorkers, Don't tear down your city. Embrace the win, party, celebrate, but don't tear down restaurants. Don't jump on cars. That's people's livelihood. I mean, I know I work pretty doggone hard, and I know those people driving those cars work pretty hard to have a vehicle that they could put their hands around the steering wheel on. Please don't tear up and destroy your city. Y'all got to live there the next day. I want, you know what I want to know? Because, see, I haven't been home all day. I got home just in the nick of time to turn on my camera and go live. But what I want to know is, how was New York City looking this morning after everybody decided to go home, after they don't showed up and showed out in them streets? How did New York look this morning? I know it was a lot of trash to pick up. But nevertheless, friends, my thoughts are this. Don't tear up your city. Let's keep your city nice. You can put on for the city, but don't destroy your city. Keep your city looking pristine, classy, based, and all the way together. But nevertheless, friends, this is all my time, boy. This time flies when you having fun. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, my moderator, Adding, for coming in to moderate this live show for me today. I appreciate you. Guys, I will be back next week with episode 72. Guys, I hope I have some good news to share. I think, in my humble opinion, New York Knicks is going to take the whole W. Y'all stay easy, and thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget, if you guys didn't hit that like button, can y'all hit the like button before I end my live? Thank you guys so very much. Bye, friends.